You guys thought I'd probably be wearing my hat here, but this was a really impressive finish for us in this game. The basics of what happened is we didn't turn the ball over one time, and we were +1 for the day, which we didn't take advantage of. But to not turn it over, we need to go in that direction. We've been screwing it up for the last few weeks. It was a tough game the whole time. These guys have been kind of on a roll, feeling pretty good about themselves, and you know, for good reason. They've been putting some games back to back. They were very confident and played that way. So for us to finish like we did, I thought it was really impressive to see our offense, you know, finish scoring the last 3 times we had the ball. Geno did a fantastic job of leading us down the field, and the guys, Tyler and DK, made the big plays in there with a couple cool runs by the young guys. I thought that was just a really impressive way to finish the game. Again, we saw Kenny Walker have a big factor that he played in the game with a huge, catch and run, 60-something yards, whatever, was an enormous play that we needed to break out just to kind of get going. But I thought there was a lot of things that felt normal for us. We played really hard in the fourth quarter, even though we couldn't get that last stop on defense. We did what we needed to do in offense and got the game won. They had 2 big plays in this game that are amazingly similar. They're almost the exact same scenario, what happened, and that was the difference in the game for them. And those are plays that, I have not seen that happen once, let alone happen a couple times in the same scenario. But something we can certainly fix that doesn't have to happen again, and we can get that out of our football. Jason Meyer had a great day today. Not just the 5 field goals, but the 5 field goals under pressure. He needed some pressure kicks today, and Chris Stollum and Mikey came through with him to function just perfectly to get the kicks done. And that's a great day for Jason, and we're going to need him. Going to need him all the way down the stretch. This is a good game for his confidence and just the boost, reminding us who he is. So a lot of cool things today. And Leonard had his first sack as a Seahawk. That was fun. Mafe continues going. I don't know what does he have a record going here or something like that? 7 straight. I don't know how the heck he do that, but he's doing it, and really proud of him. As we've talked about him so much during the season about his growth and really the transition from year 1 to year 2, it's obvious he's playing with the big boys now. He's up in there and having a chance to really put together a great season. He's already had a terrific season, so really fired up for him in that regard. I'm sure I forgot somebody to talk about here, but this was a big deal for us. It's a big deal after last week to come back and play good football and play hard. We came right back and played the way we've been playing the last 6 weeks, from start to finish, playing tough and hard, and they haven't been all, pretty wins all the way, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way we finished today and the attitude and their resolve about getting this win done, and that's going to help us right down the stretch. So we turn the corner. Here we go.
What did you think of Geno on those last 2 drives?
I thought he was almost perfect, all but maybe was perfect. The throws he had to come up with, the calls, the poise, the cadence, running the club, the whole thing. He was perfect. I thought he was just exactly what we would hope we could see in him. I'm sure he had great numbers today. He must have had terrific numbers, but more than that, he just came through, just like we're counting on. And so our third downs weren't quite good enough, but we were close, and we got to keep working to get those better.
Third game with a game-winning drive this season. What about his style, personality?
He's really. You guys don't get a chance to see how poised he is, how calm he is. We talked just before the last drive. I said, if we got to go to overtime, we'll go to overtime. Let's make great decisions here. He was totally in tune with what we were talking about, and he just picked away and knocked us right down the field. But he really is poised, and he's really confident, and he's clear as a bell to talk to. There's no distraction in him at all, and that's why he was available for that moment, and he came through.
Sometimes one play can really change things for an offense. This has been a group that's been struggling quite a bit the last few weeks, but how much do you see that touchdown catch by Ken Walker really awakening everything for this group? It seems like the group.
Well, I think it was Kenny doing what he does. He's awesome in the open field. Made it look easy, to go 60-something yards. But it was just a lift. It was a lift because we have been, fighting every step of the way. We needed something big to happen to have some fun, and feel it. And he came through in a great way.
That mix of both running backs, how do you like it?
Oh, man, we got to love Zach, man. He's coming in there, and he lights us up with his downhill running, his physical nature. They're totally different styles, and I couldn't love that more. I've been saying that for a long time. I love that we have a 1-2 punch or a 2-1 punch. It doesn't matter. Those guys can really make it happen.
You guys had really had him in control defensively, basically, until the fourth quarter. Those last 2 drives or something?
Yeah, well, it was a play. It was really one play. It was the scramble, and we lost coverage on the scramble, and he dumps it over the top to the back, and he runs down the sidelines. Those were just two huge plays in this game that they just didn't have to happen. They were. Give them credit. They figured out how to make some yards out of it, but the likelihood of that coming up and happening again, not very good.
What happened at the end of the first half? You guys had an opportunity to get a field goal.
Yeah, we didn't get it. I screwed up on the. I should have got us timeout. I was fighting to reset the clock with official, and I couldn't get it done. And I should have called timeout before we did. I think it was we had to delay a game. That was the one I was worried about.
You had said you wanted to help Geno Smith. How do you think the team helped him all week and even today?
I think it was a beautiful illustration of it. Everybody did right down the stretch. That's all we ever hoped to do about finishing, is just keep doing stuff that's right and outlast them and have the chance to win if it takes us to the last play of the game. And the guys, that's exactly what it felt like out there. It was really a great illustration of everybody around him because he got great play from everybody. The catches and the catch and runs. DK had a marvelous day. Tyler starred on this day, and the running backs did great stuff. So that's what we're talking about. He doesn't have to be the whole show. He needs to be the point guard and be in the middle of it, and he was exactly that today. Yeah, man. And the great cause fumble was a fantastic play. So clear the intent. He knew exactly the situation he did. I got the quarterback. I got him held up. I got a chance, and he just outcompeted him for the football and got the ball out. And it was a great play. But the pass breakups, and I think a couple of them might have been against McLaurin too, and challenged him right from the get-go. One of the first passes of the game, he's all over and makes a play. He continues to show us he's this very special football player, and we're lucky to have him on our side.
There were moments early, though, where Geno, the whole offense just kind of do a lot of yards, but not able to turn it into point touchdowns.
Yeah, we didn't fire just right on a couple of the third down opportunities. He took some tough throws, and there was a couple balls. He throws the ball to the fans, look like, oh, what a terrible throw. And the receiver kind of pulled out and tried to adjust to what he was seeing in coverage. So it looks like like the throw's bad. We have to work together. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's got to help. It's not just a one-man show. And sometimes guys make some decisions that don't work and don't work for the QB. You look at him like he can't throw the ball to anybody. But so it's just a matter of just getting better and staying with it. This is really important for us. It's the turn of the half of the season, I guess. It seems funny. We're in the second half, right? You can't figure it out these days. But we're in the second half of the season, and to get a win here at home is just marvelous for our fans and for our players.
Referring to the fan play in the right slot first half, the play you said looks like it didn't.
Next.
You talked this week about he needed to take that step forward, that he's back. Is this the kind of game you needed to see from him?
I got to look at the film. I really don't have much to say about that. I don't know how he did. But those guys didn't have a big factor, good receivers and a throwing game that they've really, been having a lot of success with. I thought we held up okay out there.
He had a fumble recovery, you minus of the ball.
Yeah, I think, that fumble recovery is pretty, he should make that.
Jason's, I think, 16 of his last 17 after those struggles early on. I guess what made you confident early on that he was going to turn that around?
Because we know his way, how he handles stuff, and the competitor that he is, his habits, his mentality is just unwavering. And so as long as he's strong, and he makes me strong, and so I've got all the commitment in the world to back him up. I think I said something a long time ago about that. He's the real deal, and he's a great kicker. And shoot, he showed you again today. So it doesn't mean everybody hits everything forever. They go up and down, and they have a couple misses here and there, and then you fight your way back to who you are. And he's a fantastic player.
Second to last drive, you went for on 4th and 5. I think it was 57-yard field goal at that point. At what point were you going to kick versus going for it?
You have to find out when that happens, okay? There's no reason for me to tell anybody that.
Tyler took that shot early. For him to kind of play through that. And
The fact that he got up was, it was the kid didn't mean to do that, but he runs into the hit like that, and it was very, it was an obviously big hit, and I think they handled it right, I guess, but it didn't waver. He didn't waver. Yeah, they had a great game after that, so He's a total pro. He's the consummate pro, and he showed it again today. The poise that he has, we all know him well enough to feel the poise when here comes the ball and he goes down to make the catch, or he works the sidelines or whatever he has to do. He just does it in just classic Tyler fashion. So we had a great game from him today.
DK had a lot of big catches down the stretch too, including that last one. I guess just what's in him that happens.
His focus was great today. He was just tuned in. I don't know if you noticed how much he was hustling around and all that, but his focus was excellent. And there wasn't a play that it seemed like he wasn't there and available for it. It was, it was really clear to us. I thought he had a terrific game.
It seemed like he came through pretty clean injury-wise. Anything?
Yeah, the only thing we had is Derek Young's abdomen thing. Something might have happened there. He's the only guy on the injury report.
Anything else?